Om Gama Ganeshaya Namah. Laghu Parashari, a very small book with 42 slokas, which is said to be the crux of Vedic astrology, or Parashari astrology to be correct. In this particular video, we will be understanding about the Phalnirnyayadaya, chapter 2 of Laghu Parashari, on 2nd and the 12th Lord, about the nature and the behavior of the 2nd and the 12th Lord in a chart. So let us start the video with the blessings of Maa Saraswati. Om Em Saraswati Namah. Om Em Saraswati Namah. Om Em Saraswati Namah. Content. So in this video, we will be understanding about the principle of the 2nd and the 12th Lord and how it behaves and what is its nature. Is it benefic? Is it malefic? Is it neutral? Is it, Maraka? What is the nature of this particular planet, 2nd and the 12th Lords? So these we will be discussing when the 2nd and the 12th Lord are with the Kendra or the Trikonapati. The results of the 2nd and the 12th Lord with the Trishadayapati, which is 3, 6, and 11. What if the 12th Lord is in the own house? What if the 2nd Lord is in own house? How does Sun and Moon behaves when they are the 2nd or the 12th Lord? This is only possible for 4 Rashis: Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So example of Sun and Moon behavior when it is placed in his own house, which is either 2nd or 12th. I've given an example in as a 2nd house. In the second, Sun, the 2nd Lord placed in the 2nd house. Content 2. This video is having one more part where we explain when can the 2nd and the 12th Lord gives Karaka results, a Yoga Karaka results. What are the conditions? How and when two planets makes a yoga. So when we can say that one planet is connected or in a relationship with another planet, unless there are two planets minimum who are connected to each other, there is no particular yoga. So what are the conditions which makes two planets forming yogas? What is the condition for a Karaka planet? Who can give a yoga Karaka results in a chart? This in a context of 2nd and the 12th Lord. So that means how can the 12th or the 2nd Lord gives you a Karaka results? So when the 2nd and the 12th Lord can be auspicious, and then we have discussed about the individual 12th Rashis. So let us start. The first principle, as we know that the as per Laghu Parashari, think a horoscope as 12 houses where the trines are always auspicious. The trines 5, 9, we are not talking about the first house. This is important to know, otherwise I cannot explain the 2nd and the 12th Lord. The logic says, the Parashari Jyotish says that the trines, which is the 5 and the 9, are always auspicious unless they holds a three Shadaya houses as well. Example, for a Makar Rashi Jatak, Mercury is the lord of the 6th house, Mercury is the lord of the 9th house. Three Shadaya means 3, 6, 11. So since Mercury, the 9th lord, is also holding the 6th lord position, so it is not a full auspicious planet. However, it is an auspicious planet because it is a trine lord, but not full. However, for the same Makar Rashi, the Venus is the 5th lord and the 10th lord. So he's both the Kendra and the Trikonapati. Trikona because it is the fifth, and Kendra because it is the 10th. So that means Venus is a flawless planet for the Makara Rashi. So the trines are always auspicious. The Trishadaya, which is 3, 6, 11, these lords are always related to evil results. They can give you materialistically, but there will be evil results in during their dashas and the antardashas. Then comes the eighth lord, who is basically the 12th lord of the ninth lord. As the ninth lord is a house of, or represents your bhagya, your luck, your destiny, the loss of the bhagya lord is the eighth lord, or it represents the eighth house, where the eighth lord is the, the karaka, is the responsible planet. So the eighth lord is also not an auspicious planet. However, as per Laghu Parashari, if the Lagna Lord and the eighth Lord are the same, which only happens for Aries as well as Libra Jatak, then that eighth Lord will be an auspicious Lord. So this is an exception. If the Lagna Lord and the eighth Lord are the same, then this particular planet, this particular eighth Lord is an auspicious planet. If the eighth Lord is Sun or Moon, so it happens for Sagittarius and Capricorn Jatak, then since these particular lords has got no second rashis, so they also become kind of a, they also become kind of a neutral kind of a lord. They doesn't act as a mm, Randra house, or they doesn't act as a full-fledged malefics. That's exception for the 9 and the 10th Rashi, which is Sagittarius, and the Makara Rashi. So the last is basically which is left is the second and the 12th lord, which is the topic of this particular video. So Laghu Parashari says in this particular sloka number 8 of Phalnirnyaya in chapter 2 of Laghu Parashari, the author, who is a master in Vedic astrology, in Parashari astrology, without disclosing his name, he has just given 42 slokas. Each slokas are like one better than the other jewels, which if you understand in a proper way, many mysteries are solved. So he is explaining that the second and the 12th lords are always neutrals, and they behaves. Their nature is basically depending on their association with the other lords, as well as their second Rashi, as whichever house it falls. So by this I mean, say for a Virgo Lagna guy, the second lord Venus is also the ninth lord. So when the second lord and the ninth lord is also a trinal lord, or maybe a Kendra lord, a second lord when it is a trinal lord, it is always considered to be as an auspicious lord. So for Virgo Lagna, Venus is an auspicious lord. However, for Cancer Lagna, the 12th lord is basically Mercury, which is also the third lord. So it is becoming, the second Rashi is becoming a Trishadaya house. So that means for Cancer Lagna, Mercury is always malefic. It's never going to give you a good money. It's never a full-fledgedly good planet for a Cancer Lagna Jatak. The second equation is the connection, the planet, the connection it makes with the lords in the chart. So if the 12th lord or the second lord makes good connection with good planets like the ninth lord or the 10th lord or the Kendrapatis, and friendly rashis and friendly like associations, then definitely it is also going to give you good results. Remember Trishadayapati, if the second Rashi falls in the Trishadayapati, it's a evil planet. If it falls in a trines, it's a good planet. If it in the, if the the association, the second or the 12 that makes with the trine or the Kendra lords, then it is going to be good planet. So let us see few conditions which can arise uh, from this particular one-liner sutram. So this is an example of the second and the 12th lord with Kendra and Trikonapati. Here you see this particular gentleman is of Makara Lagna, where the 12th lord, Jupiter, has gone and sat on the fifth house. It is with the fifth lord. So it is making a very good combination. However, Jupiter is also, the second Rashi is also the third Rashi. That means Trishadayapati. So this Jupiter is never a full-fledgedly good planet for this particular Makar Lagna. However, since it has been based in the fifth house with particular Venus, who is the fifth lord and the tenth lord, Yogakarka planet, Jupiter during its dasha has given a very, very good results for this Jatak. So let us see what has happened. So second lord, 12th lord, Jupiter is with fifth house in fifth house with fifth lord. So if the second and the 12th lord results are basically based on its association. So if it is associated with a trine lord, so whenever the planets are not there in their own house and they are based in some houses in the chart, when it is associated with the Kendra or the Trikona lord, then certainly is going to give good results. If the 12th Lord is a benefic planet and it is based in the Kendra, then the results will be of less beneficism because there will be a Kendra Adhipati dosh. If benefic planets are based in the Kendra, then the full-fledged beneficisms doesn't comes out. It actually, the properties actually come down. However, even if it comes down, if the benefits are there in the Kendra, it is going to give you good results only. However, it will not be that massive if it is based in the trines. But if it is a malefic lord, say 12 lord is a malefic lord, for example, of Pisces, which is Saturn, if it is a malefic lord and if it is based in the Kendra, for example, with a Kendra lord and something like that, then the negativity of Saturn will actually get reduced because the malefic planet, when they are based in the Kendra, it actually reduces the maleficisms. So that by this we mean that when any planets are based in the Kendra or the Trikona, the property, the gunas of that planet reduces. So for benefic, if it is reduces, it become less, performing. But for malefic, if it is there inside, then the maleficence reduces, and that gives a fighting spirit or like a doer kind of a individual chart if those are there making good connections in the Kendra or the Kendra. But in the Trikona or in the Upachaya houses, which is in the 10, 3, 6, 10, 11 houses, malefics are always good, especially the 3, 11, and the 6 houses, and also in the trine houses, especially the 11th houses, third houses, not the sixes. There is a very big debate, but the trines, even if the malefics are based, they will not give bad results. They will always give good results. So he started his business in the Jupiter Dasha, and that was an export business because you can see that Saturn is also based in the 12th house. Saturn is a karma karaka, so 12th is a house of foreign. So Saturn is also giving that indication. And Jupiter is there in the fifth house with the fifth lord. So that foreign work, whatever he is doing, is related to his entrepreneurship, which is a house of fifth house. So with the fifth lord, it's a creative venture, it's a startup kind of a venture, and he's doing wonderful business in the export industry. This gentleman also got married in the Jupiter Dasha. He has got two kids, two sons, two male progeny he has got. So in a way, now he has started Saturn Dasha, and in a way, this was a very, very good Dasha for this particular individual, Jupiter as a 12th lord, because I have explained it is based in the fifth house with the fifth lord. So what is the result of the second and the 12th lord when it is based with the Trishadayapati, which is the third, sixth, or the 11th lords, or it is based in the same house, like the third house, sixth house, or the 11th house? So the second and the 12th lord's results are based on his association. If it is associated with a Trishadayapati or a Trishadaya Bhava, then the results will be of less benefic. Remember, even if it goes and sits in the Trishadaya houses, all these Trishadaya houses are also Upachaya. Any planet in the Upachaya slowly and gradually improves, depending if it is a positive Rashi for that particular planet. So, if it is in Upachaya, obviously there will be challenges, initial challenges, but overall, with time and time, this particular, this person will be coming up and will be improving and depending on the dignity of the planet. So here we see a chart of an individual. So his second lord, which is Mercury, is based in the 11th house with enemy Mars, and Mercury is also debilitated. Now, for this particular Taurus Lagna, the second lord and is a same fifth lord. However, it is based in the Trishadaya house, 11th house, with a malefic, which is Mars, because Mercury and Mars are enemies towards each other. What happened? Let's discuss. He got into marriage because it's a second Lord Dasha. He got into marriage, and that marriage was totally wrong. He got some huge losses in business. There were legal issues and legal troubles, and all those Mercury negative factors in life actually came. So that can be seen from the chart. His friends, like, Mercury as a friend, also cheated in the business. And those he belongs from a very well-off family, very wealthy family, but suffered heavily during the second and the this fifth lord dasha. Even if it's a fifth lord dasha, but since it is based in the Trishadaya houses and debilitated, it could not give him good results. Although business wise, since it is Upachaya, he has also seen growth in terms of machinery business because Mars is machinery. What happened when Vaesh, which is a 12th lord, is in own house? So here you see a situation. Again, a Makal Lagna Jatika, where the 12th lord Jupiter is in the 12th house. Now, whenever there is a 12th lord who is having a separate second Rashi, whether it's a Kendra Rashi or a Trikona Rashi or whatever, it's a Trishadaya Rashi. Whenever the planet is based in his own house, it gives the result as per his own nature. So Jupiter own nature as a 12th lord will be the results. Now, Jupiter results also will be governed by the second Rashi whenever the same planets are based in the same Rashi, which is in this case the third house. So Jupiter here will be giving results of the 12th lord. Jupiter here will be giving results of the third lord. But Jupiter, when it is based in the own house, since it's a neutral planet, it's a neutral house, it's a own house, and also it's Sagittarius, which is Mul Trikona sign. Jupiter will actually give him good results. Uh, uh, Let us see what has happened. So she's a doctor. She's working in a very prestigious cancer hospital when this Jupiter, particular 2019, this Dasha started. So she got into the very reputed cancer hospital. She's basically a dentist. A Saturn is with Ketu. And from third house, it is aspecting the 12th house as well. She works in a hospital. So, and it is also like third house. So Jupiter gave the results. It is not in the home, actually it is some distance from the home. So she actually changed it went to a different state and started walking there. From there also, there are changes, and so it is not at the home location. So like that. So Jupiter dasha actually, when she started her prominent career, where the which is in hospital industry. Saturn in Pisces in Kalpurush is also related to 12th house. And Jupiter Dasha, when triggered, the third house has got the Lagna Lord and the Karma Karaka, Saturn with Ketu, which is service. She started her career, and that career actually, because it is Jupiter very strong in the chart, a very prominent, very reputed, very respected hospital of the country, and based out of Bombay. So so like that. And she actually is doing her work now. So whenever Jupiter or the 12th Lord, sorry, not Jupiter, the 12th Lord is based in the 12th house, depending on its nature. Jupiter is a benefit planet. So although the other house has fallen in the Trishadayapati, but in the Trishadayapati, Jupiter is also going to give her losses because it is representing the 12th Lord, and here the 12th Lord is strong. So it will give it losses, but Jupiter will also give her beneficisms because Jupiter is in the nature wise is a positive planet and in the own house. So the the Rashi where it is based, like, own Rashi, 12 Lord, it will give the losses result as well, or the, related to hospitals, related to isolation, related to foreigners, as well as it will also give the results related to the third house, which is courage, siblings, and like distance, like, traveling, and those kind of things. So, these is what is actually we could see from the chart. Also, we could see that similarly, the 12th second lord is also the Lagna lord. Now, the Lagna is basically both the Adhipati of the Kendra as well as the Trikon. So, Lagna lord is always a Yoga Karaka planet. But Lagna lord, when it is similar to the, it is also the same as the sixth lord, is not a complete benefic lord. Remember, when Lagna lord is connected to Trishadayapati, that only happens for Scorpio, and that only happens for Taurus, where the Lagna Lord is also the sixth Lord. Then it is said in Laghu Parashari, the Lagna Lord also doesn't become completely benefic. Here, if we see the second Lord, which is Aquarius, it is also neutral, but the other Rashi is Saturn only, when the Lagna only. So in that case, the second Lord will be a good Lord, because it is a it is representing the Lagnapati. But we could see that from the second Lord point of view, it is there in the Trishadaya house, third house. So, this is a house of efforts. So that means to earn the wealth, which is related to the second house, she has to make efforts as well, because she will have losses. So, she is actually giving her efforts. She is trying, she is working very hard. And, that those efforts she is putting, and her dreams is actually to come up with an hospital. So that is the thing. So this is the second lord. Now that you see, previously we have seen that 12th lord as a benefic, natured planet, but functionally malefic. But in this case, we are saying that malefic as a second lord, which is also the ninth lord. So when the second lord and the ninth lord, the trinepati, are the same, the second lord is also going to act as a benefic. And since Mars is based here, this particular lady actually, second lord and the 12th in the second house, uh, has given her great karaka results. Like, she's having very confident speech. She has got multiple assets. She's very attractive looking. She like but during the, the Saturn and the Mars antardasha, the Mars, because it is the second lord in the second house, it also gave the Maraka results as well. So there was a divorce with the husband, the first husband. Uh, Saturn Dasha, actually, now you see from the 12th Lord point of view, here we are seeing the 12th Lord, which is Saturn. It is based in the Kendra. And it is since it is based in the Kendra, this particular Lord has not given her, this bad results, because it is based in the Kendra, and the tremendous malefic losses result also has not come, because it has got reduced by sitting in the Kendra. With Venus and aspected by Moon, she went into and become a actress in the Bengali film industry. So she's an actress that we could see. So she's an actress, and that's how actually, like, this particular 12th Lord also has acted by sitting in the particular Kendra. So that we could see. But from the second Lord point of view, although it is a benefic Lord, but the nature wise, whatever, if the planet, main objective is the planet is based in the same house. If the second Lord is based in the second Lord, second house, if the 12th Lord is based in the 12th house, now you see the nature of the planet as a natural nature of the planet, as well as the second house it holds. Depending on the natural results of the planet, natural karak of the planet, it will also give results. And that's how, like, we have to predict. So this is about sun and moon. So sun and moon actually behaves as per the placement in the horoscope, whichever house it is based. So here is an example where sun is actually, based in the fifth house. So when Sun is a 12th Lord and is actually, it's based in the fifth house. So this gentleman actually, like, from a very, very wealthy family, as you could see, the second Lord here, Venus, is also the ninth Lord. So that means second Lord is benefic. Now it is exalted in the seventh house. So that means father is also exalted person and extremely rich and into business. And Sun also, the father Karaka is in the fifth house. This particular guy is also a very creative person and an entrepreneurial kind of a person. Got a very good father, very strong father who is supporting him in the entrepreneur business as well. Having Venus in the like the the seventh house as an exalted planet also gives Maraka results as well, because the second lord is like as a Marakapati, which is there in the seventh house, which is also Maraka house. So what has happened is, so he's a bright entrepreneur from Assam, businessman father and wealthy family, which walks in iron. Why iron? Because Saturn is aspecting the 10th house. So iron business. So second Lord Kendra exalted, second Lord as ninth Lord. So it is a benefic here, Venus, which is like, given him very, very well-off family, beautiful and very wealthy spouse. But there are issues related to wife's health, as we could see that seventh has got Venus, which is making Maraka, as well as Venus is also afflicted by Rahu. So the health of the wife, in spite of a very, very good looking, very well off, very highly educated, like business lady, very prominent in Assam. Instead of that, unfortunately, the health of this lady is not good. So both the Marak results as well as the Karaka results also the Jatak is getting. But the promise wise, the second Lord has given him a well-off Kutumbasthan, where the birth and everything is like is growing up. All are very well off. And the ninth Lord of Father, ninth of Destiny is also very, very favorable. So both favorable, but also has given Marak result. From Sun point of view, when the 12th Lord is based in trine, again you understand that it is going to give you, when the 12th Lord is Moon and Sun only one Rashi it is holding, then also it is going to give you a very, very good results. So here, this is Rishi Sorobindo's chart. Again, the second Lord. Remember, whenever the second Lord is in the second house, especially if it is a benefic planet, it will act as a Maraka. During the time of the Dasha or Antardasha of the second Lord, it is going to give wealth. It is going to give, relationships, new relative related to that Karaka. So if it is like Venus, then, maybe your sister can get married, you can get married. There will be some financial inflow in your house. There will be very beautiful. You will be like decorating your house. However, it will also give you a Maraka result. During that time, you will see suddenly there is a problem in the health. Suddenly there is a problem with some issues with some family members in terms of health. So whenever the second Lord is in the second house, there is going to be all good things, but also Maraka. Remember this. So this but depending on your longevity, if the longevity is long, then even the Maraka things comes, it will not give you Maraka results, which will deteriorate your which will end the entire thing. It is going to give some challenges during that period as well. Here, Sun is there in the second house. Is the second lord in the second house. Actually, this is a chart of Rishi Aurobindo. So Rishi Aurobindo, when it actually, so he came back to India, and then he's joined the I think Baroda, this state service. So he started working there. He also started teaching foreign languages. Then he joined the universities. Then he started coming to Calcutta, and then coming and going and coming and going. During that time, the revolutionary things actually came in his mind, and he started doing the networking and become this this he his contribution, in terms of the freedom fighting, the he used to believe in kind of a this Bhagat Singh and the Netaji Subhash Chandra. So he was not a this Gandhian types of an ideology. So he was more of a taking and believing in retaliation in the problem. So he started making all this guerrilla wars and all those strategies and everything. So during the Sun Dasha, and then from Moon Dasha, the story was different. He was jailed, and then the spiritual enlightenment and everything has happened. 6,000 as Moon and Saturn. Someday maybe I will do a video of Maharishi Aurobindo. So this is all about Laghu Parashari, about the second and the 12th Lord. So how they will act. If they're in the trines, they will act good. If they're in the kendras, they will act depending. If it is a benefic, it will be of less guna. If it is a friendly sign, it will be good, but of less guna. If it is malefic, it is going to give good results. If it is of in a friendly Rashi or exalted Rashi, like that. So like that, and but in a Trishadaya house with a Trishadaya Pati, it is going to give challenges. If it is debilitated, if it is like, with in a Trishadaya house and debilitated or connected to Trishadaya Pati or the like the malefic lords, and also like combusted or like that, then it is not going to give you a good results that we could see. So this is part two about the second and the 12th lord as Karaka planet. When can the 12th and the second lord gives Raj Yoga results? So that I will explain in my next video. So thank you, my friend. For any question, kindly please share your comments. Thank you so much.